Okay, composition of transformations. Just a fancy way of saying we're going to do two things. We're going to take an image, and maybe we'll translate it, slide it somewhere on the grid. Then after that, we're going to take that new image and do another transformation, like a reflection, and flip it over a line. The key thing to remember is the second transformation is based on the first transformation, not the original. That's where people often make mistakes, is they take the original shape, they transform it, and then go back to the original shape and transform it with the second option. And that's not what we're doing. We're changing it and changing it again. And so we've been talking about changing it, and that's our new shape is called prime. Now we're going to have double prime. And then we're going to shade our final image. So first off, let's put our shape on our grid. So we're going to have J at 5, -1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. There's my J. K is at 6, -2. I'm going to go one more here and one more here. K. L is at 4, -3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Tiny little triangle. Okay, so we connect our dots. There's my original shape, JKL. Now, we're going to translate it 0, 4. Remember, this is my X, this is my Y. This is left and right, this is up and down. Please put those on your paper to remind yourself. Now, the X is 0, so we're not moving this left or right. We're just moving every point straight up 4. Now, remember, you have two choices. You can just add 4 to -1, -2, and -3 and plot the point. So let's do that for the first one. Let's do that with J. Since my X is 0, J is going to remain 5 because 5 plus 0 is 5. And then I'm going to add 4 to -1. So 4 minus 1 is 3. -1 plus 4 is 3, positive 3. So 5, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And there's my J prime. Now let's think about it. If I went back and did it the other way, I start at my J right here, and if I just don't go right, don't go left, and I just move up 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, J prime. All right? Now, K, I'm just going to move that one. So I'm going to move up 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's my K prime. And L, 1, 2, 3, 4, here's my L prime. And I'm going to connect my dots, and there's my new prime triangle. K is at 6, 2, and K prime, and L prime is at 4, 1. All right? Simple enough. Now we're going to reflect it across the y-axis. Where's the y-axis? That's this one right here. So all I'm doing is counting over. Now remember, I'm not counting from this one, I'm counting from this one, the prime. So, let's start with L prime. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots right of the y. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left of the y-axis. And that will become my L double prime. K is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away to the left. That becomes my K double prime. And then J, I'm sorry, that was J, my bad. Not good with my letters apparently. That's going to be my J double prime. Now I'm going to count from K. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be my K double prime. And then I connect this, and there's my triangle. So this one got moved straight up 4 spaces, and this one folded over the y-axis to be right there. So what are my points? Okay, well, J double prime is at negative 5, 3. K double prime is at negative 6, 2. And L double prime is at negative 4, 1. Now, if you notice a pattern, and this is also on the cheat sheet, there's another way for your brain to process it. Look at step 1 and step 2. The points are almost exactly the same, except all the x coordinates are opposite. And that's because, basically, if you think about it, you went from the right side, the positive side of the graph, to the left side, the negative side of the graph. But the up and down did not change, because you were just folding it over right to left. Again, whatever way is best for your brain to process the information. All right, we're going to put a triangle, 1, 1, 2, 5, and 4, 2. Connect our dots. We have P, Q, and R. Now my first transformation is a translation of negative 2, 0. That's my vector. So I'm going to slide it 2 spaces left. And for my 0, my y, I'm not going up or down. So I'm literally just moving this 2 spaces left. So I'm going to count over from P, 1, 2. There's my P prime. Q, I'm going to count left, 2, 1, 2. There's my Q prime. It really doesn't look like a Q. There we go. And R, 1, 2. Look at that. I had a dot there. I didn't even mean to do it earlier. So there's my R prime. Connect the dots. There's somewhat overlapping, but that makes sense. I just moved it over 2 spaces. If I would have moved it over 3, they wouldn't be overlapping. So what are my new points? Let's see. P prime is at negative 1, positive 1. Which again, if you did the math, if you took this minus 2, you would have ended up with negative 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Okay, Q prime. So Q prime is straight up 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 5. Yeah, that's supposed to be a 5. Okay? And then R prime is at 2, 2. Now we're going to do a new transformation on R prime. As a reflection over the x-axis. Where's the x-axis? Right here, and I like to highlight that. Now we're basically going to be folding this down this way, folding it over that line. Okay? So when we do that, we're just counting again. All right? So P prime is 1 above, so we're going to go 1 below. And that's P prime. Sorry, double prime. My Q is up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we're going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be my Q double prime. And then R is up 2. We're going to just count down 2. And that's R double prime. And here's my new triangle. So when I look at the point values, instead of negative 1, 1, it's going to be a negative 1, negative 1. Q, instead of being 0, 5, is going to be at 0, negative 5. And R double prime, instead of being at 2, 2, is going to be at 2, negative 2. Now again, notice, if you like to see patterns, and this is on the cheat sheet, step 1 and step 2, the x's are the same, but the y's are opposite because we folded it down. So all the positive y's, the top half, got folded down to the bottom, the negative numbers. All right, example 3, 2 more. I don't know why this page is turned a little bit, but that's okay. So CDE, negative 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and positive 1. There's my C. Negative 1, 2. Negative 1 up 2. There's my D. And negative 2, positive 1. That's my E. So C, D, E. We have a very small triangle there. All right. Smushed. Now, we're going to reflect it across the x-axis. So where's my x-axis? Right here. Sort of. Bad line. So all we're doing is we are going to count to the x's. So C is 1 above, C prime is going to be 1 below. E is 1 above, E prime is going to be 1 below. And D prime is 2 above, so it's going to be 2 below. And then we draw our triangle, and you can see, if you can visualize it, that is just folded over the line. So, what are the points? Well, C was at negative 5, 1, folded down, it's still left over 5, but now it's down negative 1. And for D prime, it's still negative 1 left, but now it's negative 2 down. And E prime is still negative 2 left, but then instead of being 1 up, it's down 1. And that's flipped over. Now, we're going to do a rotation of 90 degrees. And again, quite honestly, I'm using my cheat sheet, because I don't have these memorized. I know what it's going to look like, but... Now, remember, when I rotate 90 degrees, I'm going counterclockwise, so this is actually going to end up back in this quadrant. Alright? So what do I do for a 90 degree rotation? So XY, remember this is where the Y moves to the front and becomes opposite, and the X moves to the second spot. So when I do this, I like to just go ahead and do this ahead of time, put my comma in, alright? And then I just move my X's to the second spot. So negative 5 is going to go here, negative 1 is going to go here, negative 2 is going to go here. Now, when I move my Y's to the first spot, they're going to become opposite. So negative 1 is going to become positive 1, negative 2 is positive 2, and negative 1 is positive 1. So when I post that up on the grid, I'm going to have 1, negative 5. Okay, let's get my brain working. That's a clockwise rotation. I knew something was not working right in my head. So, we're going this way, counterclockwise. All the rotations we're doing is counterclockwise. So, when I post 1, negative 5, this makes way more sense. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's where it should be. Okay, so that is my C double prime. D double prime is going to be at 2, negative 1. And E double prime is going to be at 1, negative 2. And there is that triangle moved 90 degrees into the fourth quadrant. And the last example, I believe, yep, last example. Put this on our grid. The board will play nice. There we go. ABC, negative 6, negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 2 is down here. Okay, so that's A. B is a negative 5, negative 5. So there's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's B. And then C is going to be at negative 2, negative 1. There's my C. Connect my dots. There's my triangle. Now, rotation of 180 degrees. Now that I remember what counterclockwise is, we're going to go 90 degrees and another 90 degrees. So we're going to end up in the first quadrant. Well, I do it right. So rotation of 180 degrees, remember, we take our XY, that's a horrible comma, and basically X and Y stay in the same place, but they both become opposite. So negative 6, negative 2 is going to become positive 6, positive 2. Negative 5, negative 5 is going to become positive 5, positive 5. This all makes sense in the first quadrant. And negative 2, negative 1 becomes 2, 1. So when I put that on my graph, let's go green. We haven't done green in a while. 6, 2. 6, 2 right here. All right? That is going to be my A prime. 5, 5. Right here is my B prime. And C prime is at 2, 1. There's my new triangle. That's a horrible triangle. All right, now we're going to translate it to 4. Now, what does that mean? This means left 2 and up 4 because it's positive. So left 2, up 4. So we're just going to take each of these points and count left 2, up 4. So from C prime, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There. And then from B prime, oh, this is going to be off the chart, not good. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be somewhere up there. Let's just be generous. That's going to be my B double prime. There's my A double prime. And, well, C, I know my letters. And then A. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my A double prime. Connect my dots, again, somewhere up there. And that looks about right. It's moved left and up. So what are my new points? Now this is where the math helps when you can't always count on the grid. So we're going to subtract 2 from all of these numbers right here. So 6 minus 2 is 4, 5 minus 2 is 3, and 2 minus 2 is 0. And those all line up if you look at it. Now, add 4 to these numbers. 2 plus 4 is 6. 5 plus 3 is 8. I'm sorry, we'll just add 4, so that should be 5 plus 4 is 9, way off the chart, and 0 plus 4 is 4. Those match up, and there you go. Composition of transformation.